Now we roll in to that bot side. The awesome dude carries, which are mostly just AD carries these days. Apart from Ziggs, we got the Ziggs in the bot lane, but other than that, it's mostly ADCs. It's another stacked pool of talent, and similar to Do and B in the mid lane, I feel like you got to have Viper number one. You can argue spots around, but Viper is got to be the consensus number one ADC.
It's the ADC position. It's always flashy. It's always exciting. There's always tons of damage coming through, the kills all over the place. But you're right. There has been nobody with a name that has done more, brought more attention, more hype, more excitement than Viper and what he has done with EDG. This injection of his talent and skill for that lineup into that position has truly revolutionized what their goal was going to be this year, and has changed to being at that very top level. That's what Viper can do. That's what he has done individually with his own skill. Yes, he's got a great partner alongside him, but you got to believe that it is Viper that is a huge difference maker himself.
Excited to see him back on the world stage. Excited for him that he got his first domestic title with that LPL win for EDG. Just a guy who's always fired up, even when he was on Griffin, when they'd get huge wins against then SKT or T1, you knew behind the scenes how excited he was. So absolutely having him at that number one spot. 2 and 3, I kind of flip-flop between Gala and Ruler for a little, but I just feel like Gala has those team fight takeovers that we've seen, and we've also seen some of the mistakes where he gets caught out, sometimes in a single game, like that LNG series, but just the potential and what we saw at MSI, and we've seen at times in summer as well. You feel like the ceiling's there for Gala right now.
It's just one of those ones where before the year, you'd be slotting Ruler ahead of Gala, no questions asked, due to what Ruler has performed and shown throughout his career. But you're going off of this year, what you have seen, what you have been proven throughout spring and summer. And that just simply is that Gala has been that required carry, that reliable damage source that is there to go alongside Xiaohu for RNG, stepping into this golden shoes of Uzi to replace the god himself in the LPL. And he has done so beautifully for the RNG faithful. Yes, you gotta be rolling with Gala at number 2. But that doesn't mean that you can't have the respect, the adoration for what Ruler brings to the table as an ADC himself. And he has absolutely been that star carry and that necessary star carry for Gen G squad this year.
There's a reason Gen G has been so good at playing these slow 30-minute, 40-minute games. It's because Ruler comes online and carries games time and time again. The number 4 spot is the fun one because we just put T1. AD carry. Let's be honest. Teddy, Gumiyoshi, I feel like both of them could fit comfortably in this spot.
One of those spots where, you know what, you're going to have people wanting to put someone like Teddy, or if you're really high on Gumiyoshi, even up to 3 in this type of ranking, but you got to be looking at it as that package for T1. That's something that we know is still being played around when they want to change around certain ideas in the bottom lane or get a different look, that type of nature. I'm going to be extremely interested really in this duo of what they want to be doing as far as champion splits for the two of them. Yeah. They've clearly shown, not obviously that they both are more than capable of playing any champion, but they certainly have shown individually that they excel at different ones, and that brings absolutely a very different flavor to the T1 bottom lane.
The Teddy Ezreal, I mean, that's something you got to see. Arguably the best Ezreal in the world right now. I feel like Teddy should get more of the starts, but if either of these guys are playing, they're absolutely world-class AD carries. Right behind them is Upset, making his Worlds debut. Had a fantastic playoff run for Fnatic. Him and Hylissang have been working fantastically together.
Yeah, and you know what? At the beginning of the year, we were looking at this partnership, and not only partnership alongside Hylissang in the bottom lane, but looking at Upset with the rest of Fnatic, and there was a lot of that, oh man, he's filling in that old Reckless spot of, oh man, he's watching the train wreck and the car crash happen right in front of him, and he can't stop it, and he's just standing there as the ADC. Well, I might as well just stay here. We've seen that change, the way that Upset and Fnatic have been able to play, grow, and progress this year, and summer specifically. What he brings to the table as an EU ADC, oh man, we are so thrilled and excited to get to finally see him challenged at the international stage.
And challenge himself against these other top-tier players. Also excited for that. Right behind him is Light, someone who I think people sleep on when you have Viper and Gala in the LPL representing at Worlds. But Light has been maybe the best Aphelios in the entire LPL.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. There's going to be other Aphelioses, you better believe. That
You think he'll be picked? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to see Mr. 200 years at the event, and you're right. Light has been the one that is always piloting it around so well, has that control over exactly when to be spending out that ammo on the two guns, swapping them out, getting them in the right spots. That is the big difference in the team fights. And you're right, Light has been probably the most proficient at it in the LPL.
Behind him, you have Hans Sama, and I think people I know love to pile on dumping on Rogue, but even in that head-to-head against Mad Lions, because you'll say, Hans Sama ahead of Karzi, that's crazy. Man, watch these 2v2s. Watch the head-to-head, even the games Rogues are losing. Hans Sama has been annihilating bot lanes in the LEC for the entirety of 2021, so absolutely he deserves his recognition, and so does Karzi. You know, that's why they're both on this top 10 list. Sandwich in between, you have LWX, who at times could be number 2 on this list, and at times should be outside the top 10.
And you know what? That is LWX. And the important thing is for FPX, obviously at this event, there's so many things, but one of them specifically is going to be getting that consistency out of LWX. And it's one of those, it's that tight balancing rope act to go on, because at the same time, you need him to play at that edge, going in all the time, LWX style, because that's what helps enable him to get the snowball rolling, getting himself playing, and that's a big one. If it's not happening from Dwayne B, from Tien, making sure to get that help rolling, LWX is going to take it into his own hands, and sometimes that's not what you want to be going with for FPX, but fortunately enough for them, more times than not this year, it has been the right call.
Got a little bit of that Jackie Love flavor to him, does LWX. The 9 spot, we have Deft, who obviously stepped up during the regional gauntlet. If he didn't play that well for Hanwha Life throughout that, then he would be not even sniffing inside the top 10. So big ups for him for getting to number 9. And quickly, just want to give shout outs to both Doggo and Unified, who didn't quite crack the top 10. I would accept an argument for them to get in there. Both of them, you should be excited about seeing on the international stage again.
Extremely excited to get to see them again, and obviously Doggo excited from this year with MSI, and excited for Unified just because my man deserves it. Getting through some health issues, this is a big deal to get him into this opportunity, this role. Going to be a thrilling time watching these bottom laners at the World Championship.
A lot of good AD carries at this event, as is tradition at the World Championship.